Hi, welcome. We are almost to the end of the year. Very good job so far. I know this has been weird and hard, but we have one last push to the end, so let's make it a good one. I want you to create a social commentary art piece as your final project for my class. This project is inspired by the recent events in our country around the issue of racial injustice. It's easy to feel helpless when you witness that kind of thing, but I want us to be people who do take action and speak out because we're not helpless. You are not helpless. I hope you can be creative in ways to take action, and since this is art class, it's very fitting to create a visual response. Now, even though the Black Lives Matter movement would be a timely and appropriate topic for this project, you don't have to choose that as your topic. You can choose any social issue that you feel strongly about. My main request here is that you be genuine and honest in your expression and really self-reflect while you consider your topic. Whatever change we want to see has to start with honesty about where we're at with it. A lot of good can come from expressing this kind of thing. I see two primary reasons this kind of expression is very important. So the first one, obviously, is social impact. Art can be a powerful agent of change. I strongly believe that the arts play a major role in the fight against social injustices, and I want you to have some practice with that. Art is a voice, and a voice can have an impact if used. I'm sure you've heard the phrase, "a picture is worth 1,000 words." You can say a lot with one image, so we're going to do that here. Art is powerful when it uses or creates a connection between people, between the viewers and the artist. It can be used to educate and to call out the passion and compassion in someone else. We want to find our own humanity, to really think about what's going on in the world and do our part to make things better, not ignore what is happening. I've seen a lot of signs and memes lately that say things like, "Silence is violence," and "apathy aids the persecutor." I believe that's true. So as much as it is in my power, I don't want to be silent. And as my students, I want to encourage you to use your voice as well. Okay, the second purpose that I think this kind of art project has is therapeutic. Self-expression is very important to our mental health. So we're going to express our feelings in some way. It's going to come out of us one way or the other. So it's a lot better idea to do that in an intentional, healthy way so that it doesn't come out in unhealthy ways. I'm sure you know of more destructive, unhealthy methods of expressing yourself that could come out in alcohol abuse or self-harm or any number of things, but art is a positive way to express. Art in general is a perfect method of expressing your feelings. Therapists sometimes use art in therapy because it has been shown that in cases of trauma, sometimes a human can access memories and feelings in their brain through making art that they can't actually access with speaking words. That's because words come up from a different area of the brain than feelings do, a more analytic area of the brain, whereas creative activity like art comes from the same area of the brain as feelings. Scientists have found that doing art can help physically repair brain pathways that have been damaged or closed off by trauma. So doing art can have a physical healing effect on your brain. Last week in her speech for graduation, Principal McCormick quoted the poem titled "For the One Who Holds the Power" by John O'Donohue. Maybe some of you heard that, but I wanted to repeat part of it for you here because I think it's perfect for this project and what I want you to get out of it. So it goes, "May you welcome your own vulnerability as the ground where healing and truth join. May integrity of soul be your first ideal, the source that will guide and bless your work." This kind of work, not just as a school assignment, but in general, can be part of healing and truth, bringing awareness to truths and people's experiences, and taking a step towards healing for yourself and for our society, righting wrongs and processing the hurt those wrongs have caused. If we are not the ones hurt, we can be allies and advocates for those who are. So the direction of this project could be more general, an issue in the world around you, or it could be more personal to you, an experience you've had. So that's up to you. It's your choice. You will be asked to write an artist statement along with your art piece for the final, but I'm going to send out instructions for the artist statement later this week, so don't worry about that right now. As you brainstorm ideas, try to avoid cliches. If there is imagery that is overused around a certain topic, try to think of something more original or a fresh way of using that, not something people have seen 100 times. For the materials for this project, I'm actually assigning it both for my art students and graphic design. So for art students, you can use any media available to you at home. It can be 3D or 2D or a combination. Ideas you might consider are using collage, using mixed media, found object, any 2D media that you might have, like colored pencils, paint, charcoal, etc. Whatever you think would most powerfully express your concept. For graphic design, this is like a poster that you're going to make digitally, but you actually could do part of it by hand and scan that in. That can be an interesting element in graphic design. You could consider doing digital painting. We haven't done that yet. Mixed media. You could collage physically and scan it in, or collage digitally on the computer, or whatever else you might think of. Creativity is part of the assignment. Since it's our final, I expect you to really push yourself to be extra creative for this. So in conclusion, you're going to do a social commentary, art piece, or graphic design, which is also an art form. Make it something that is genuine and honest and that could have an impact. And you never know who you might really impact with this. So I have confidence in you. You're gonna do great. I think you guys have a lot to say and important perspective, so I'm excited to see what you come up with.